So we are discussing standard costing now. Okay, all examples we have discussed, how the cost will calculate, the theory calculation all we discussed. Okay, now we will go and discuss this standard costing. Okay, first standard costing and how the cost will at the end of the transactions and all, right? How, like, how the cost has to come. Okay, this will decide cost has to come. Okay, fine. Let's go and define the cost, item cost. For standard costing, so as per example, for example, where it is, as per this item cost manually, we have to define manually. Okay, we have to define manually, right? Let's go and define item cost manually. So we choose an Delhi is like Delhi inventory organizer for standard costing, right? So go to the Delhi, you have to be in Delhi organization. So before that, change organization, come to change organization, Delhi. Okay. Now go to the cost, item cost. Okay, item cost. So this the screen will come. So there now, as of now, we not defined, right? We not defined. So we have to define. So for that, you have to click OK. If it is already defined, you are viewing, just give the item name here. This the item name, right? And just find it. So it will show you. Okay, it will show you. So as of now, there is nothing. There is nothing. Anyhow, the record will come, but there is nothing here. See, unit cost is 0. Unit cost is 0. Okay, fine. So this COGS and sales account, from where it is coming? From inventory organization parameters. Okay, that's fine. Fine. And we have cost information when we defining inventory arc parameters. So we have cost elements, right? The same one here, if you can see, material overhead, resource, outside processing, overhead. Okay. Based on all this, your unit cost will come. As I told you an example, right? So material, I might spend, but same 60,000 example, right? For this laptop, 60,000 we spent. Same thing. We'll take an example. I spent for material. So material, I spent 50,000. Okay, 50,000 I spent for transportation. So that is material overhead. Okay, material. For material overhead, I spent maybe 3,000. Okay, 3,000 I spent. For resource, for labor resource, I spent maybe 2,000. Okay, 2,000. And overhead. For overhead, okay, overhead in the sense, what is the overhead in the sense? The electricity bill inside the company, what if any maintenance charges, everything will come here. Okay, it might be 4,000. And any other expenses. For example, again here, just assume I'm sending this laptop for outside for quality checking. Just assume, okay, outside, outside processing. Maybe I spent 500 per laptop. 500 rupees I spent for quality checking. Okay, and expense. For expense, maybe other expenses, it took 500. So total how much it is now? 60,000, right? 60,000, right? Same, same way here in the application, how your cost will calculate are based on all these elements. Okay. So I have detailedly written what is exactly and all. Let me show you here a document. What is cost elements? You can refer this document. Okay, what is cost element? See, all the cost elements are here. Okay, And each for each, what is material? The purpose is to record purchasing price of the item. Okay, material overhead. So it is to record material handling cost, insurance, tax amount, transportation, all of this resource. Okay, labor cost. This is to track labor cost, resource, overhead. So like it is to track power cost. Okay, machines and document costs. If any something expenses will happen, right? Designing work and all. For those outside browsing. The purpose is to track outside operation cost of manufacturing an item. Okay, and again here cost element sub elements. Okay, again sub elements is like, again, if you are spending extra amount, all the sub elements for extra amount, spending extra amount tracking. The purpose is to track special packing cost of item, special packing, material overhead sub element. So you will see this is main element. Okay, you purchased the item. Okay, you purchased this item, and you purchased, for just take an example, any gift item. Okay, you purchased item, that item price is just 1000, but again you are giving that item to your known person as a gift, and you want to have some gift also, gift packing also, especially that gift cap packing, maybe it is 50 rupees or 100 rupees. That sub element, extra amount, whatever you spend, that will come sub element, that will come sub element. Again, in material overhead, maybe it is to track special transportation cost. While doing the transportation, you maybe have some for truck owner, for truck driver, you have given some tip, right? Some tip, some charges you have extra you have given. Hmm? And basically we give, right, the what we say, mm, something commission, some tip we give, right, for a driver for owner we will give the transportation cost, okay, transportation price. But by driver we will say something like mamulu, right, in our mother language, huh? Mamulu something we say, right, some extra amount we will give, some tip we will give to driver, right? That is special cost. Okay, sub element. Or maybe you had lunch, during lunch you provided lunch to your the truck driver, so that and all. Okay, that and all. Okay, and resource. So resource are working for manufacturing laptop and all. Again, there are other people working in the warehouse, right? Some maintenance department, cleaning department is also is there, cleaning persons will be there in the manufacturing area, right? So not the person who manufactured the item, that person will not do cleaning activity and all. So it is like other persons. So the company is paying amount for them also, right? Cleaning department for them also it is playing, right? So everything will come to the cost. Simply in one word, I can say any company, any manufacturing company, if they spend some amount, that amount they will include it in the item cost. Any kind of, it could be given to tip, could be anything, it could be anything. Okay, all of this. And this is like overhead sub elements, like something like a given here, printing and a special power unit cost. Okay, just given some example here, so there will be a lot of things. If you just think about it, there will be a lot of. Okay, fine. Okay, and the setups required for this, right, to implement casting method, any casting method. Okay, we should have these setups. So we should have all casting method for inventory organizations, right? But again, this step is already we have. That's fine. We have already, and we have sub inventory also to be defined on all four inventory organizations. And this cost group, cost type, Okay, cost group system will automatically calculate. So let me show you. System will automatically calculate the cost group. If you go and open the inventory organization parameters, the organization parameters under the costing tab. So see, this is system will automatically calculate. Okay, system will automatically calculate. And I told you, right, sub elements. These are sub elements. If you want to attach any sub element that you can attach here for material and for overhead. Okay, fine. And this cost type we can even utilize the system provided one, or you want you can even define it. Okay, you can even define. And sub elements as we discussed, right? I spent this, the main element is transportation cost. And again, main, for example, if you take material overhead, that is transportation cost. And if you take material overhead sub element, that is something like you spent extra amount, you given a tip to the driver, or you had a lunch, okay, for the driver and yourself, that cost. Okay, so this is main important. Activate the inventory interface managers. Okay, activate the inventory interface managers. And inventory period should be open. The items we have actually, okay, we have to the items assign item to the org, and this is required to do transactions, right? We need to have period should be open. And all of this is setup, right? This is main important. This is main important. To calculate the cost, the inventory interfaces should be active. Okay, active. And this will, it is an optional. You want to define, you can define, else it is an optional actually. Okay, the cost group system will automatically create when you create the inventory organization. Okay, it will create and it will assign. Here we not assign anything here. If you noticed, we not assign anything here. It is automatically created. Okay, let me show you that. Setup cost group. So this will take accounts from, this will take the accounts from inventory organization parameters. See, this is, I have not created, right? We not come to the screen, right? Whenever you create inventory organization, right, it will create automatically. But anyhow, it will track our name, but we not created it. System will automatically generate with our name only. Okay, if you want to especially specify some variance accounts, you can specify here. Okay, cost variance account you can specify. Let me just go, we have defined cost variance account, right? Let me just go and update it. Cost variance account. Yeah, this one, cost variance account. And this is Delhi, right? Delhi. Hmm, Delhi, yeah. Okay, I have entered. And this is PPV, purchase price variance account. Let me just enter this as well. PPV, purchase. Okay, purchase price variance account, Delhi. Okay, save it. Save it. Okay, save it. Cost type. Here it will be there already. Okay, let's query. Cost type again. Progen will be there here. If we go and check setup organization parameters, cost type. For standard costing, I think it's not required. Okay, cost type is not required. Okay, and you will see cost type frozen. Frozen is something like standard only. Frozen, standard, static, all are same only. Okay, you will see frozen when we go and open item cost. Okay, it will see cost. cost, item cost. Just give the item name ending with 777. Find it. See, Trojan you will see. Trojan is equal to standard only. Okay, standard. So you can see the description below. Cost type description is Trojan standard cost type. Okay, Trojan. If you want to have your own, you can go ahead and define your own casting method. Okay, that is fine. For standard casting, it is the useful standard casting we have to use. Means Trojan cast type we have to use. Okay, system will automatically default. You don't need to worry. Okay, fine. Fine. Now we have to go and start standard casting practice. And at end of the session, right? At end of the result, it has to come this results. Okay, this the results it has to come. Okay, fine, fine. Let's go on. Okay, fine. You won't see any changes here when we define right. You won't see any changes. Okay, you won't see any changes for standard casting. Give the item name. Find it. Click on open and go to the cast. Go to the cast. Click on cast. Okay, click on cast. Sub element it will ask. Let's see material. Yeah, it will ask sub element. Okay, it will ask sub element. One sub element we have to create at least one sub element. What I'll do is for material, I'll just create one sub element. Come to the setup, cast. The cast function you have two times here. Okay, one is here, the main one where you go and define the item cast, and cast setups, sub elements and all you will define under the setup function. Okay, come down. Sub elements, click on sub element, click on sub element. For what you want to define? Material or material overhead? I want to define for material. Okay. AB, ABT, MTL, sub. It will allow only limited characters. Okay. Here you can maintain ABT, tilde, material, sub element. Okay. Sub element. Sub element. Okay. That's it. Just save it. Save it. Come to this screen. We just defined, right? That will come here. Okay. ABD, MTL, sub element. Okay. Based on item. You will be having again lot. Okay. Based on lot. When you go for lot, when you go for lot, it is very small item. Like the item price itself like 5 rupees or 10 rupees. Maybe screw items. The screw items you will store in a box only, right? That box lot number only, right? You can go and define based on lot also. Okay. But for now, it is the laptop. Okay. Go for item. So what is the cost? 60,000, right? 60,000. That's it. Okay. That's it. When I save it here, automatically, if you see, under the material came. I have just defined for material only. I don't want to all of this because I know as we discussed theory, for standard casting, they will only maintain the material because they knows they will all of this they will calculate all of this they will calculate separately. Okay, all of this and the final value they will keep here under the material okay. If they want again business want to have separate segregation, right? It's their wish. They can have go and add another material overhead. And what is the what is the material overhead? It has happened that they can select. Again, for material overhead, we need to create sub element, and you can add the whatever the cost is here. Okay, it has to add. If you want to go in that way, yes, we can go, not an issue. Okay, if you want to see in that way, we'll go and see. After all, we completed this casting methods, right? We'll go and see for standard casting using all of this example. Okay, this example we will see. Okay, fine. So hope you are not able to hear background noise, right? Hmm?
No noise.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, fine. So if you see this when we save the record, it will come here, unit cost. This is our unit cost. So this is ignore this after decimals. Okay, you just ignore this. So this is our unit cost. Okay, and if you see here the value, extended value, so like you can say total, your total quantity is zero now. Okay, it is zero. See, before even doing a transaction, we define the cost. That is standard costing possible. Before even you are doing a transaction, before even you manufacture item, before even you purchase the item, you can define the item cost. It is possible in it is possible in standard costing method. Okay, it is possible in standard costing method. Okay, fine. Now what we'll do is we'll go and do some transactions. So same transaction like this. The transaction we here for standard costing here at first time today we'll go and perform 20 quantity. After 3 months, after 6 months means we'll wait for just 1 or 2 minutes and we'll do. Okay. So this will happen in only real time. Okay. We have to complete our course, right? So what we'll do is I'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes and again I will do a transaction. You just assume after 3 months, after 6 months, we are doing it. Okay. Fine. Fine. Just close this form. Just observe this. What I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of it. You will see the changes. Okay. You will see the changes once I perform the transaction. Okay. So just observe this one, and I think this one also. Okay. This one also. Fine. Fine. Come close it. Close it. So now we have to perform transactions, right? So to perform transaction, what we have to make sure the inventory period should be open. I think it is not open. Okay. Let's open this. Open, and October also. The current month, open it. Fine. Now next is we need to make sure we should have at least one sub inventory. We just defined the organization, right? So we need to make sure we should have sub inventory to be created. I'll just create one sub inventory with FG. Okay. ABD FG. That's it. Here itself we can create. It is fine. Okay. The accounts and everything will default. See, here itself we can create. Okay. Fine. So now let's go and do transaction. Let's go and do the transaction. Miscellaneous receipt transaction, transaction line. What is the item? Only one item is available. Okay. Only one item we assign, right? If we just give the percentage and tab out, it will come. And only one subinventory is available. Percentage tab out. Okay. At initially, and one more thing, you refer this one unit cost. It is grayed out because you cannot give the cost here. But for average costing, you can give the cost. What is the manufactured cost? Okay. But standard costing, you have to define item cost manually. Okay. Okay, fine. So now here, give the quantity. How much it is initially? 20, right? 20 quantity. And select the account. Just observe this one also. For average costing, you will see differentiations. Okay, fine. Now give the some account number here. Okay. So material account, location. Here this. I'll just copy this combination for doing another transaction. Okay. What I'll do in the reference, I'll specify today. Just for our reference. Okay. Standard cost test. Test. Action performed today. Okay. Save it. Save it. Close this. And I told you, right, one more important setup should be there. Like important thing, we need to make sure inventory interface managers should be activated. So how do we go and see the inventory interface managers? Okay. So as of now, I have performed a transaction, right? You can even go here, material transaction. Okay, material transaction. Just find it. Okay, find it. So cost. How do we know cost is happened or not? Right. So if you just close this form, how the cost is happened, whether cost is happened or not, how do we know? If you see in the below, right, costed, you will have yes, no error. Sometimes cost will go for error. Okay, the costed flag will be error in a backend, and sometimes it will be no. Means at the just when you perform transaction for just for 2 minutes or five up to maximum 5 minutes, the cost will not happen. Once interface managers are triggered, then the cost will trigger. Okay, so now if you go and check with this, you will casted no. I think casted happen. Yeah, interface managers are running interval. Okay, it is running. When I select casted, it is showing the detail, but initially it was not. When we come to this page, initially, if you see the distribution button was disabled, here it will tell you which account is credited and which account is debited. Okay, and you will see unit cost here, and this is what your total inventory value. What is the total inventory value? How much quantity we perform? 20. 60,000 multiplied by 20, this is your total inventory value, right? Now if you go and check, material cost, right, before showing a cost, let me show you where we see the interface managers. Come to the setup, come transactions, transactions, transaction, come down, interface managers. So this is the navigation. Okay, inventory responsibility, setup, transactions, interface managers. Here, click on this. So these are inventory interface managers. So the cost manager is already active. Okay, it is already active. So this should be active. These are all inactive. You know, it's okay, fine, not an issue. But the cost manager should be active. So this cost manager, every time it will trigger a workers. Okay, it will trigger a workers. That workers will work to happen the cost for the transaction. Okay, but you will understand once we complete all this. Even in purchasing side, OM side will come here and we'll discuss. So inventory model is a key model which will happen for all material transactions. Okay, and so the owner for this interface managers inventory model only. Okay, fine. So you will have this is the main thing. Whenever you perform any transaction, the cost manager should be active, and this is related to manufacturing site, lot more transactions, and this is material transaction. Okay, If material is not populated in the table and all right, we should relaunch this. That's it. And this move transaction also relate to manufacturing side. Okay. So if you see here intervals, I think I was set up 2 minutes every 2 minutes. Let me just for now, let me save it for 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes it will trigger. Okay. I will come back here and I will change you. I will show you again. I just want to show you how whenever you perform transaction, what is the how it look like in a medial transaction form. Okay, fine. Now go to the cost and I open the item cost. So there's only one item, just percentage. Fine. Click on open. You will see some changes here. Okay, you will see some changes. What happened? The quantity 20 is coming here. Quantity earlier it was 0. Let me open that. So this earlier it was 0, right? 0. And your extended value, it's like your total inventory value. This is your total inventory value. How much it is? 12 lakhs. Huh? Yeah, 12 lakhs. 12 lakhs come. Earlier it was 0. Earlier it was 0. So this is the change you will see. I think this last PO price will come for the average costing FIFO LIFO, I guess. Okay, fine. Okay. Now what happened? Whenever you receive the material, there is nothing change in the unit cost. Okay, fine. As of now, we have only executed 120. This one only. Okay, sorry. This one only we have executed. Now let's go and do 30 transaction with 30, and after some time transaction with 50 quantity. Transactions, miscellaneous transaction, receive it. Quantity, 30 quantity, and I think I have copied. Yeah, account I have copied. Save it. Reference, STD cost test after 3 months. Just for our reference. Okay, save it. I have saved. Now let's go to the material transaction. Come to the material transaction. Just find it. It's okay. So you will see two transaction. The first one is 20. Okay, you will see distributions enabled. But if you put the cursor in the top, see distribution is not enabled. When distribution is not enabled, it means that the cost is not happened for this. So if you go here, casted flag yes. If I find with yes, only one record will come. See one record, which is 20, which is already casted. Okay. If you find with no, you will see one record, which is 30. Mean recently we perform. In another maybe 3 or 4 minutes, like we given 5 minutes interval, right? In another some time, the cost will happen for this also. See, not casted. Now even if you go there, you will see 30 quantity, but there is no change in the cost. Let me show you quickly. Otherwise it will update. Open. You will see like 20 plus 30. Oh, it's casted again. Okay. Okay, it is done. Extend the value is extended. It's okay, fine. But anyhow, you will see that kind of differentiation. In average costing method. The cost is not changed here, right? It won't change here. But in average costing method, you will see that you will see here 50, and this is the amount. Like it's depend on how the amount here. Okay, and you won't see any differentiation here. And when casting is happen, then you will see differentiation here. Okay, fine. Just go and check material transaction. So see, still not casted. So 5 minutes we have to wait. 5 minutes we have to wait to trigger the cast for this. See, still not casted. So let's, for now, we will wait for just few minutes. Okay. And for next onwards, I'll go and change it to 2 minutes. We should not wait that much time. Basically in client's real time, right? It will be 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes interval. Every 5 minutes, the cost manager will trigger in the backend. Just keep on find. Okay. So if the distributions are enabled, it is casted. And again, I was telling you, right, we can transfer to GL. How do we know? How do we check whether it is transferred to GL or not? So this is inventory model where you are. Whether this transaction, this entries transferred to GL or not, how do we know? You just go to the tools, put the cursor on the specific transaction, go to the tools, okay? Go to tools, you will be having view accounting. Is it like someone disabled? When you go to the tools, right, you will be having a view accounting entries, view accounting events. Okay, the two functions you will be having here. I think someone is remote. Someone is remote. Let me just off if any personalization. Okay, fine. So now if you notice 5 minutes done, you will see distribution button is enabled. Okay, so it means the casting is happened. Casting is happened. This case also. Okay, both casting is happened. You will have some view accounting actually. View accounting option you should have. Okay, we will check that later. Okay. When we discuss at the end of the topic, we'll see how to transfer the detail to general ledger and all. We'll see. So basically, we just need to run create accounting cost management program. So that program will take all the cost details and it will transfer to GL. Okay, transfer to GL. Fine. So let's quickly complete this standard costing. Next is let's go and perform one more transaction. Before performing one more transaction, let me just go and update interface manager intervals. So let me set it back to 2 minutes. These are all can be 5 minutes. It's okay. Okay. It is okay. Fine. Now, so now go to the transaction material miscellaneous slash receipt. So here next is 50 quantity only, right? So as per the example, first is 20 we perform 30 and 50 finally. Save it. Go to the material material transaction, just find it. Okay, still not happen. 2 minutes we have to wait. 2 minutes you have to wait.